Today we're going to take a look at Spirit Halloween's new prop, Gourdo, and compare it to an older Haybale Popper. So let's take a look. Alright, let's open her up and take a look. Alright, well, so here's the top part with the pumpkin, and it looks like the motor, the popping mechanism, is kind of inside the pumpkin itself, which is kind of nice. And of course it's got a plug for a step pad, an external speaker, and a power adapter and volume control. Alright, well, let's take out the rest and take a look. Alright, let's get the top part on. I would suggest just getting it started in each peg first before you snap them down. Alright, so we're not dealing with German engineering here, but it's getting there. And they powder coated these parts, which is kind of a pain. It's rough. Okay, so it's not fully down and clipped in with the little spring buttons, but I don't know if I even want to. It's already plenty stable, and I don't think I would ever get it apart if I were to push it all the way down and clip it in. So I think that's good enough. Alright, we've got the skirting here. Kind of looks like a pillar. Velcroed on the back. Oh, neat. It even has the infrared sensor built in. So you know the infrared sensor goes to the front. Even has some creepy cloth to go around the top here. There's elastic at the bottom. Alright, run into a little bit of a problem since I wasn't able to get all the way down. It's not quite lining up with this cloth, but all the way around the rear. Yep, it's not even seated all the way in, and it's working fine. So let's get this plugged in. Okay, you can see that it's always on when it's plugged in. The light sign. Oh, I covered up the sensor. There we go. Oh, I didn't. I didn't plug the sensor up. Hold on. You gotta attach the sensor to the main unit. Now we're talking. There's some creepy cloth on the inside here that hangs down. The reset's pretty quick. turn up the lights. Let's see what it's like. Oh man, the sensor even works pretty good in the dark. It's triggering. See, I love this thing. This is gonna be one of my new favorites in the yard. The only thing I wish it did was I wish it had just a little bit of a flicker, like the Haybale Popper does, for just an ambience. But yeah, let me pull out the Haybale Popper and we'll compare the two here. Okay, so now I'm going to put together the Haybale Popper. This is a prop from 2016, and it was discontinued quickly for some reason. People still talk about how much they love this prop online, and you can still find it for sale. People will resell them, but you'll probably pay more for this 7-year-old prop than you will for this. This one was $150, but you can get a 20% off coupon. Just take a look at my YouTube shorts, and I'll show you how to find the coupon. But this one, as much as I love it, saying anything bad about the Haybale Popper is like saying something bad about your grandma. Right? It's old, it's a little rickety, you know, but you love it, and you know, it's definitely a product of its times. But you know, you got to have a screwdriver to put it together. These little wires are everywhere. This wire has to come up into the pumpkin, and there's a sleeve that goes over it. And in the middle of Halloween, I've had this plunger come down and pinch this wire. Now, it didn't break the wire, thankfully, but it was stuck, and I had to, you know, half disassemble this whole thing here, and you know, it was done after 1 or 2 pops, and it was done for the whole Halloween night. So that was really disappointing. But the following Halloweens, I've been aware of it, and I route things properly so I don't have it shut itself down. So yeah, let's get this thing together. It's going to take a little while. We'll get it. After 7 years, it's kind of falling apart. It's a very cheap blow-mold, not even blow-mold type plastic. That one's a lot more sturdy. Man, this thing is a kind of a mess. I have to, almost every year, I have to staple this because the Velcro is pulled off from the hot glue. I have to put staples in it every year to hold this up. Get this in. Put this through here. This sackcloth goes. Let's see. So you have to make sure that this wire doesn't get caught up in this piston. And it's kind of a challenge. On Halloween night, I do not have time to go and disassemble and reassemble the prop. Alright, I'm not going to fully assemble it. You'll get the idea here. Alright, as you can see, just in its default state, the Haybale Popper has a little flicker to it. Turn off the light and you can see a little better. The frame rate may be a little bit off on the camera with the flicker. So I do like that. A lot better on the Haybale Popper. Okay, so I have both of these hooked up to Spirit Halloween's remote control. These things are great. It can handle up to 4 props. Alright, so let's take a look. Now with the Haybale Popper, it will, just like the Gourdo here, it will make a little bit of sound, spooky sounds, and the kids won't think anything's coming. And then all of a sudden it pops up. So... and then I'll trigger the Gourdo. The only other issue I have with the Haybale Popper is how low it sits. I have to put little things around it because there's such a long delay, which is a good thing. The delay is a good thing on the pop-up, that kids will step on the pad and it'll make little spooky sounds and they'll walk up to it and almost put their head on over it. And it's not going to kill them or anything, but I don't want to knock their block off with this pumpkin, so I have to surround it with other stuff. Maybe I'm just being too careful, but I don't want anything, getting hurt. No kids or anything on Halloween night. Yeah, so I'm really impressed with the new Gourdo. I really hope this sticks around for years to come because I think it's going to be a sellout, on the first day or two at every single Spirit Halloween. So if you're thinking about getting it, just grab it. Grab it as quick as you can. It's probably my favorite jump scare that they have right now available. Nothing wrong with the Haybale Popper, but this thing puts together much quicker, breaks down in stores much smaller, higher quality plastic. It just doesn't flicker like this all night, but that's alright. So as you can tell, I'm a pretty big fan of this prop. And go out and try to get one. If you're able to find one, let me know. Or if it's really difficult to find them, I'd be interested to know. So good luck out there, and happy Halloween.